Hello everybody, and welcome to Blue Goose Garage. I've been up here a little bit trimming off some metal. I wanted to show you, I got these used. I think I gave them $20 each because I was going to mount them myself. Only the best tires. They rode good, and they apparently are a little bit hard. Normally you wouldn't want that, I guess. You'd want it to confirm to the road, but in this situation the rear end's bent in this car, and if you can tell it runs a little more towards the inside edge than it does the outside. I actually took this to a college basically, and had it aligned a couple years ago, and the rear end is a degree of negative off. It's straight toe wise, but it's a degree of negative off, which means half a degree on each side of that, leaning in. It's almost like that rear end hit something. But, it does pretty good otherwise. So, I'm going to cut down through here above this patch I did. And then I'm going to go back and rebuild this to here, so I can connect all of the inner fender to the trunk floor. Later on, I'm going to cut the front where it's been patched and do it like I did the other side. After I've done all that, I'll then redo that lip. I would have removed that if I'd have noticed it. That is a Malibu trim nut. Because if you remember, I cut those wheel wells out of a 67 Malibu. Also the metal between the wheels and the rear seat. I wanted to mention something that I've decided that I'm going to leave in this car because it's just, it's not going to hurt anything. It's extra reinforcement. I put steel angle iron between the rear wheels to go up to the roof because there really wasn't anything back here to reinforce the roof into the wheel well, because all that's cut out. So besides a couple tack welds that I managed to get in up here on both sides, which I'm also going to go back and weld solid just like I did the other side, there's really nothing holding the wheel well to the roof and the roof up, because the hinges were cut loose from the wheel wells, and back when I put the wheel wells back in this car, it still had quarters on it. So I wasn't able to properly weld any of that in. If you notice, down through here on this side is still patched in, so it would kind of keep it from rattling a little bit. On that side, all that's welded back. And you can see where I scorched my blue paint up there a little bit. Alright. I cut all the rust off the back of the wheel well. And I've started patching metal back in. I'm going to stop here for now. And tomorrow, I'm going to go up in the field if it's not raining or snowing. And I'm going to cut the passenger side drop down off of the Ella 67. It was rear-ended on that side, not on this side. So I'm going to cut that off, bend it, straighten it, grind it, cut it, weld it, whatever I have to do to make it fit this side the same as I did the driver's side. I'm up here at the Ella car. You can just kind of see. I'm going to cut that trunk drop down panel off. All right, I've got to do some measuring and figure out where I need to cut that off, and then I have to get all the spot welds ground off. I need to get that cleaned up some, and then I want to tack it to this. And tack it on the front to this and make that top lip, and then weld it to that and weld it to this, and that'll come out fine. It'll be fine. It's basically the same thing I did for the other side, but like I mentioned, the top lip was good on that side, the bottom was rusted off. I would honestly prefer it like this because there's enough left of this one to weld it where it needs to be, and then I just make that top lip the way it needs to be. On the other one, I kind of had to do some gassing across the bottom because I didn't have anything to go by. So after I got that put on, I ended up having to bend it some for the quarter to fit the car. This one, there's more of it left, so it should be where it's supposed to be, and I shouldn't have to bend that panel to get the quarter to fit. It'll also be easier to get that to be the way it's supposed to be because I still have this. Like I mentioned, that was all gone on the other side. I still have this on this side. So that will end up, that ends up lining up with the bottom edge of the wheel well, and that's your front corner of your quarter panel. That's where your quarter welds to. So it should be easier to fabricate this side than it was to do the other side. Hence the reason why I'm starting at the back and working forward this time instead of doing like I did last time. You live and learn, I guess. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to try to show cutting and welding on that more than I have on this so far. Story time. Oh no, he's back at it. Okay. 4 years ago, I said that anything I had that I could use, I was going to make work. That's the wheel wells, the drop off, the frame, anything I had. But if I could make it work, I was going to make it work. So that's not changed any. I'm still doing that. I mention it and bring it up because last year on that side, it happened a few times. It was brought up to me, why didn't I just replace that with new metal? And my answer was and is, I have this, I want to use it because that's just what I want to do. I don't know any better way to explain that other than that's just what I want to do. You can do whatever you want to on your car, but I'm doing mine this way. All right. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. I'll see you in a couple days or so. I'm going to be working on this. Bye.